Hi, I'm Jared with TNMF Mudflaps, and today we'll be installing mudflaps on a 2016 Veloster. So we're going to be first installing the front mudflap. This one was pre-installed on this vehicle for testing, so I have removed it to show you. There are 3 pre-drilled holes. These 2 here follow the original 2 holes on the car. You can use the existing hardware for those 2 holes. However, you will also be provided additional hardware. You will be provided with 2 U-nuts and 3 screws. One of these screws will be needed regardless of which way you go about the install. Okay, so first you will have to remove the 2 screws from the factory settings. Here you just use a Phillips head screwdriver and twist them out. They will look like this. Save those if you can. Next, you will be taking the mud flap, line up the 2 holes with the 2 holes here. It's easier to put them through the mud flap first and line them up like this. You can do this by hand. So from here, you'll want to tighten them down. You want to get them in there pretty good. For the inside install, you will be provided with a couple of these screws here. These are number 10 screws. They are self-tappers. You do not need to pre-drill any holes. I would recommend, if you're not taking off the wheel, as I did here, to use a stubby Phillips head screwdriver. And what you're going to do is on the inside hole here, you're just going to use this, and you're going to give it a little bit of a push while you turn. And that will drill the hole into the plastic for you. Once you do that, do not over tighten it, just get it snug, as it will stay in place and not wiggle around. Here we'll be installing the rear mud flap on the Veloster. There are 3 holes in the rear, just the same as the front. The 2 side holes here follow the factory bolt hole pattern on the car itself. I would suggest reusing the original hardware, as it's pretty factory, makes the install much easier. There are these 2 screws which will be removed from the car. But you will also be provided with additional hardware and replacement hardware. You will be provided with 3 screws, 3 number 10 screws. They have self-drilling tappers in them, so you don't have to drill any holes if necessary. And there will also be U-nuts. There's 2 U-nuts in there. The third screw will need to be used regardless of which way you go about the install. So first thing you'll need is a screwdriver, Phillips head, to remove the 2 factory screws, which are here and here. They will be in like this, and you just remove them like that. Keep them to the side if you can. If you need to replace the clips with our replacement hardware, they're pretty easy. These pull out, they're just plastic, and then you would slide our clips in like so. So to install the mud flap, you'll line up these 2 holes with the 2 factory holes here. Best way to do that is to take the screw and kind of put it through first. And you'll have that one lined up. Line up the bottom one with the other hole. And now what you'll do is you'll take your screwdriver and you'll just tighten them down. And you can get these pretty tight. And then you'll take one of the provided number 10 screws. With the self-tapper on it, they will drill themselves right into the plastic fender liner. So there's no drilling you'll have to do. You just give a little bit of a push and twist at the same time. And you tighten it down till it's snug. Do not over tighten or you'll strip the hole and it will cause a little bit of issues.